Okay, we're back for part 2 of the build, guys, and let me show you where we're getting to right now, or where I got to. So if you remember correctly, we got the motor in, well, motor slash gearbox bolted in and the tank in, and we got the pipes screwed down inside. So we're going to fit these panels on the side here, both sides, and we've got some weird, I think like a bearing race or something like that, and then some other mounts for the boom. Then we've got part of the main boom being built here, and we're just going to keep going for a few hours, guys, and see how far we can get, and yeah, see what happens. All right, so we've got these little side panels to go on, and they just plonk in like so. Like so. And then they've got these tiny little nuts, well, bolts, sorry, to go in around the edges there. Here we go. Guys, it's definitely going to have to come back when I've done that, because the paint's in there and it's hard to know whether you're cross-threading or you're it's just the paint holding you up. So I know when I get to here, I'm going to have to sand out, put a drill bit through, maybe wrap a drill bit with sandpaper and just poke it through, or wrap one of these drivers up, something small, and then just sand out the joints, these basically, so everything can move freely. Okay, guys, they are all bolted in. There's 6 aside, so that's both sides done now. Next little job to do is put these little pieces in here, and there's 5 M2 by 6 screws that go in each one. So we'll do one this side, little button head screws, so it's just plonk in there, and they're all, as again, all pre-Loctited, so just wind one of those in, and then I'll come back when we're nearly done on these. They're in both sides now, and then we've got these little pieces here which go on the outside but screw on from in here, so hopefully I can get a good angle on there. So they got to go on through there. As you can see, it doesn't, I'm fighting this paint, which is really annoying, but it's saved me a lot of grief having to paint them myself, so I'm not going to grumble. And the guy who painted this, one of Keith's friends, has done an actually really nice job of it. So now the more you look at the paint, it's kind of like a flake, almost like a flake, like in there as well. So actually it's coming together very nicely. But if Keith doesn't sell this, I know what he's like. I'll be a different colour by a month later, because he loves bodging stuff. I will make some kind of mulching, a mulching adapter for it, because I know what he's like. He's actually got a YouTube channel. He doesn't do a lot on it, but he actually bodges quite a lot of things, like really bodges, but actually comes up with some crazy ideas. I love him. He's a really nice guy. Well, that's not coming out. Nice and tight, not moving. Okay, we're going to start building some of the boom. Is it the boom we want to call it now? So we're going to start building some of that up. We'll start here. What? Oh, bloody hell. We'll start here. So I just had a little bit of Pepsi. And then we'll, yeah, I think this is where we're going to struggle here. Oh. Bollocks. Right, we're gonna, because I've got to put a pin through here, and as we can see, we've got a lot of paint there, so this is where it's going to get a bit tricky, but I won't bore you. I'll get them cleaned out, and then we'll get building. All right, so we are doing this bit now. Just took me a minute or two to get everything together, so also measuring these, making sure I'm not messing up and getting the wrong things in. So these just slot together over here. Okay, and then you've got a washer for in there, and then a bolt to go in there. And we'll just tighten them in. 2mm thick washer again, and then a bolt already pre-Loctited, guys, so don't forget to do that. You'll need to be gutted and it all falls apart on the job. Okay guys, I've had to sand down like in the inside of here. I've also had to sand the paint off on there as well, because it just wasn't moving freely enough, and the more resistance there is, the more strain the pump and everything's under. So sadly the paint had to go a little bit. I've got it nice and clear enough now, so let me get that back in there. There you go, look, nice and easy now. But I just got to get the pins in, which I've also had to drill out those holes a little bit more, because there's so much paint. I don't the guy done a lovely job, but I mean there was no prep work really, just paint it. We'll just get it painted, get it sent down to me, and let me deal with the rest. So that's pretty much what happened. I just got so she moves nice and clear now, look. I mean, that's not gonna struggle. And then there's some little grub screws that go in either side of the pin, and then it pivots actually off the pin. One in here. But yeah, she's nice and loose. Right, let's get that on its side. It'll be easier to work with. Let gravity help. That's one in. Oh, cramp. Bolt. Okay, so the next part of the build, guys, we've got these two little like kind of boom things here. I'm gonna have to sand one of them down because the it is very tight fitting. So that's yeah, I'm gonna have to sand this one down. This one fits perfectly, so I'll get this one sanded down and come back. So I've sanded down both ends of these little poles here, see, just in case we run into any troubles at this end. And so let's get the pins in and let's bolt that down. All right, so one of these in here. There we go, one in there, and another one for in here. Oops. Oh, bugger. And there's that one in there. And then we put two grub screws just inside these to hold them in place. Alright, so I've got those in, guys. They don't sit very flush, and I've used the right one. The pins ain't falling out. I can push on them pretty hard from the other side. They're not coming out. So I assume that's what they're meant to do. They've got Loctite on, so they shouldn't fall out. Alright, so the next part we got to do the main boom. Yes, got some little plastic bits in there. I think they're probably for cables or stuff like that. And some of these, I'm going to put that through on there and then just screw that in. Alright, so that's a simple job. I'll do the other one off camera and then come back. Alright, so I've just had to drill the paint out of these a little bit. I couldn't get sandpaper in or anything like that, so just get them in. And then we'll get the screw and the washer in there. That's all Loctited, by the way. Oh, that is 2.5 now. There we go. So just get that in, cinch that up. Same for the other one. So they should be like that. And we go to the next page. All right. So we're going to get these main boom arms on. I've had to sand down the bits. I've had to sand them down a fair bit, to be honest. I've sanded down this side. I didn't need to. Stupidly. Should have looked ahead in the manual. I can touch it up. Won't even know it happened. So we need to get a pin through there. Awesome. And then we've got to do the same with the other side. But we're going to do this one here first. Which I've sanded down. That's gone in nicely. Just have to drill the hole out a little bit, get the paint out like I say, I kind of wish I painted it, but kind of wish I hadn't, because it's a lot of work. And the guy who painted it has done an amazing job. So, yes, yes, look at that. Awesome. So now just a couple of grub screws. I'll get them in and come back. Okay, so I've just got to put, I've had to drill out these. So I've put the other side on as well, nice and loose. So this one's a little bit binding, but I'll loosen up, you know. Once it's been used a few times, that will soon loosen up. There's nothing I could do. I've saved up. It's not more than enough paint here. I don't want to do any more because it's going to be all bare metal then. So save corrosion. That will work. Oh, hello, Mr. Bird. So just got to put these little bits in here. Yes. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Look at that, guys. We are cruising. I forgot something. Forgot to put that in. No. Oh, can I separate them? Ugh. Yes. Oh, well, good. No, I just need a couple of screws in there, and let's get them in now. We need to put 2 little grub screws just inside these here. Right, so the next bit, guys, we're going to have to fit this where the bucket attaches to. That just goes in here. So we're going to fit that part in now. So we've got a bit of a faff, so you've got to get it. So you get a pin in there, push that into the hole, line that up, get that in there. Lovely, lovely. And then we've got one for the other side. And then we've got 2 bolts that go in either side. That's all in, nice and smooth. We've got a mountain to climb, guys. I'm going to end this video here, so there will be another video tomorrow and this one after this one, so just keep staying tuned, guys. Follow along, leave some likes and subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate all your support. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.